In addition to this set screw, it looks like there's a taper pin holding this gear on. Okay, that taper pin hole's not drilled in the best of spots. This knob looks like it may have been chrome plated at one time. The force is strong on this one. Like I've probably said before, I think the speed control knob is chrome plated. I'm going to remove the paint just to be sure. Probably a bit too much. So I've been working this over after the citrus strip was working for a while. And it does look like it was chrome plated at one time and it's just kind of rusted through. I'll clean it up some more, but I'm probably just going to paint it a couple of contrasting colors instead of trying to chrome plating it again. Replacing the shaft for the speed control knob is going to prove to be a little bit of a challenge. Most notably because the angle of this hole for the roll pin is at an ever so slight angle. So I need to reproduce that angle. In addition, one challenge that I think is going to present itself in drilling the hole, the drill bit is going to try to skate over to one side or the other on this round shaft. The hole may end up getting drilled to the side one way or the other and end up elongating the back side of the hole. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do there. I'll just consider some ideas and come up with one. Okay, this is probably not a very good explanation, but I'm going to barely dimple the new shaft with the tip of the drill bit just until the diameter of the drill bit is reached. And the idea is that that dimple will self-align with the hole in the boss of the speed control. I've decided to drill and tap an auxiliary set screw hole to hold the shaft in place while I'm drilling the roll pin hole. I don't really like removing extra material like this, but I don't have another good way to hold the shaft while I'm drilling for that roll pin. I've been using a drill bit in the original roll pin hole as a guide to set the angle of the table. So I've got it set as best I can. That's a 1/4 inch drill, and the roll pin is a 1/4 inch roll pin, but there's quite a bit of slop in that hole. We'll see how it goes. What I'll do next is I'll rig up that plate that I had before to hold this in place. Actually, what I found I could do is just clamp it in place the way I had it. It's a little precarious, but I've got these 3 clamps that should hold it pretty secure while I drill it out. I'll get this dimple lined up with the drill bit as best I can. Let's see how we fared. Let's see how the roll pin goes in. See if I can set that down just a little bit. I've decided on this control knob, I'm going to smooth it out and then I'll paint this background red and leave the numbers proud with just the patina, as a friend of mine calls it. I think I've talked before about how poorly this hole was drilled to hold the gear on the end of this pin, or the end of this shaft. So I'm going to once again drill a new hole and try to get it through the center of the shaft. There's enough meat here that I don't mind drilling yet another hole, although in general I don't like removing material because it ends up weakening the whole structure. I'm not real sure how this will go. If you recall, taking this apart, this pin was very difficult to remove. And that completes the speed control knob.